Thanks for watching my demonstration on my chat application. This is a two-part app that has a server and a client. So to get started, I'm going to open up 4 different windows. And the reason why I'm going to open up these 4 different windows is because one of these is going to run the server and 3 of them are going to act like clients. And I'll show how it would work. You can run this on different computers as long as they're on the same network. I'm sure you could set up network configurations to allow port forwarding to be able to access from outside the network. But just for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to simulate how this works just here on the screen. So to run the server, it's a Python executable. So you just run it like that, and the default port is 6789. I'm going to leave that because the default port will hook up nicely with our clients. But if you wanted to specify a port, you would pass it in as a command line argument. So we can go ahead and perfect. We're serving at 127.0.1.1 on port 6789. So our client runs really similarly, and the only thing that we're going to give it is the address, which is 127.0.1.1. Optionally, if you wanted to, you could give it the port if you change the port, but since we're using the default port, we aren't going to mess with it. So we can just go ahead and hit engage, and boom, over here on our server it says, hey, we got a new connection. And so it wants to know what the username for that connection is. And I'm going to use my first name, which is Steven. Okay, boom, Steven joined the chat room. Perfect. Let's add another one. And I'm going to use my middle name this time, which is the name that I go by. And perfect. Last one. And I will use my last name. Cool. So we're all connected, and you see how subsequent messages are broadcast out. It kind of cascades like that, which is nice. So we can type a super cool message and send it over. And we can say, what's up? So, and this has been stress tested within reason. I've had up to 10 people connected to this before on different computers, and the server's been able to keep up. I would imagine that as you increase the number of connections and the frequency of typing, that it will break because the server is not threaded. The client, on the other hand, so these 3 windows are threaded, and the reason why I chose to thread them is because you want to be able to receive input and send input at the same time. So the top line on this application, which is this line, is in its own thread, and then the rest of the window, so everything down here, is in a separate thread. So the reason why it works nicely is because as you're typing, and if you hit send right as the server tries to write to the socket to be able to broadcast a message to all the other clients, it'll work independently of each other, and it actually works really well. I haven't experienced any problems with it within reason. I've tested it as best as I can, and it works pretty well. So let's close out of one of these. So when you hit Control C on one of these, it says, oh, it noticed that Steven left the chat room. So these guys can continue to just say, oh man, why did Steven leave? And I don't know. And it'll continue to function as expected. So it's nice that way. We can close out this other one, and I'm going to leave this guy open, and I'm going to close the server, and the client recognizes that, and it clears it out, and yeah, it doesn't close out of it, but it realizes that the connection had been closed. So that's how my chat application works. I hope you enjoyed it. The code is available under my username, which is McKay Smalley, and it is under the repo chat app, which you see right here. So I am open to suggestions, to pull requests. You can fork my code, make it your own, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. So thanks for watching.